Today we're talking about a story that might have flown under the radar for some of you, but it's one that really captures what it means to chase the dream in professional football. Former Pittsburgh Steelers defensive tackle Breiden Fehoko just announced his retirement from the NFL at just 29 years old, and honestly, the way he did it was pretty classy. Now, before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our NFL coverage. Let's get into it. So Fehoko dropped this announcement on Instagram Friday, and right away, you could tell this wasn't your typical retirement post. The guy led with something really powerful. Sometimes in life, you just get a sense of fulfillment, and for me, it's now. That's deep, right? Here's a 29-year-old athlete in what many would consider the prime of his life, walking away from professional football. But the key word there is fulfillment. He's not retiring because of injury. He's not bitter. He's genuinely at peace with his journey, and that's something you don't see every day in professional sports. The post continues with some heartfelt gratitude to his family. He says, "To my family, you guys never let me quit, and more importantly, never let me stop believing in myself." That right there tells you everything about the support system behind this guy. Football is tough, man. The grind is real, and having people in your corner who keep you believing when things get hard, that's invaluable. He also thanked his coaches, teammates, trainers, opponents, agents, basically everyone who played a role in his football journey. And I love that he mentioned opponents, because that shows a mature understanding of the game. Your opponents make you better. They push you to elevate your game every single day. Let's rewind a bit and talk about how Fehoko got here. His college career started at Texas Tech, where he played for 2 seasons. Texas Tech football in the Big 12 is no joke. It's high-octane offense, fast-paced games, and you better be ready to play every single snap. After 2 years with the Red Raiders, Fehoko made a big decision. He transferred to LSU to play under head coach Ed Orgeron. Now, if you followed college football back then, you know that Ed Orgeron was building something special in Baton Rouge. This wasn't just any program. This was LSU in the SEC, one of the most competitive conferences in all of college football. And here's where Fehoko's story gets really good. He was there for 2 seasons, and that second season, the 2019 season, that was the magical year. LSU went on an absolute tear through the competition. They had Joe Burrow slinging the ball, they had one of the most explosive offenses college football has ever seen, and their defense was no slouch either. Fehoko was part of that national championship team in 2020. Technically, the championship game was played in January 2020, but you know what I mean. That LSU team beat Clemson 42-25 in one of the most dominant championship performances we've seen in recent memory. Can you imagine being part of that? The confetti falling, the trophy presentation, your name forever linked to one of college football's greatest teams? That's a memory that lasts forever. Over his college career, Fehoko played in 48 games. He racked up 71 tackles and 4 sacks. Now, those numbers might not jump off the page, but here's the thing about being a defensive tackle. Your job isn't always about stats. You're eating up blocks, you're creating opportunities for your linebackers and edge rushers, you're controlling gaps. It's dirty work, and somebody's got to do it. So 2020 rolls around, and it's draft time. Fehoko had just won a national championship, but when draft day came and went, his name wasn't called. He went undrafted. Now, for a lot of guys, that's devastating. You dream your whole life of hearing your name called on draft day, and when it doesn't happen, it stings. But here's where Fehoko showed his character. He didn't let that stop him. The Los Angeles Chargers signed him as an undrafted free agent, and he was ready to prove he belonged in the NFL. Making it as an undrafted free agent is incredibly difficult. The odds are stacked against you. You're competing against draft picks who have guaranteed money, who the team has invested in. You're fighting for every rep in practice, every spot on the depth chart. It's a grind that most people can't even imagine. Fehoko stuck with it. He made his NFL debut in Week 12 of that 2020 season against the Buffalo Bills. Think about that for a second. Just months removed from winning a national championship, and now he's on an NFL field competing against the best players in the world. That's the dream right there. Fehoko spent 3 seasons with the Chargers organization, appearing in 19 games. During that time, he recorded 36 tackles. Now, again, if you're just looking at raw numbers, you might not think that's impressive. But think about the reality of being a backup defensive lineman in the NFL. The Chargers had a talented defensive line during those years. Competition for playing time was fierce. But Fehoko kept showing up, kept grinding, kept proving he belonged on an NFL roster. That's not easy, especially when you're not getting consistent playing time. Being in the NFL, even as a backup, is an achievement in itself. You're one of maybe 1,700 players in the entire world who can say they play professional football at the highest level. You're earning an NFL salary, you're learning from some of the best coaches in the game, you're competing against elite talent every single day. In 2023, Fehoko signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, if you know anything about the Steelers organization, you know they have a proud tradition of defensive excellence. Steel Curtain, Joey Porter, James Harrison, Troy Polamalu. The list goes on. Playing defense for Pittsburgh means something. Unfortunately, Fehoko's time with the Steelers didn't go as planned. He signed with the team in August, but was released before the start of the regular season. He never appeared in a game for them. That had to be tough. You sign with an iconic franchise, you go through training camp, and then you're let go before you can suit up on game day. But even that experience, as disappointing as it must have been, was part of his journey. Sometimes in the NFL, things just don't work out the way you hope. Roster spots are limited, competition is intense, and sometimes incredibly talented players end up on the outside looking in. So why am I spending 9+ minutes talking about a player who had a relatively short NFL career and might not be a household name? Because Fehoko's story represents something important about professional football that doesn't always get talked about. Not every player is going to be a Hall of Famer. Not every player is going to have their jersey retired. Most NFL careers are actually pretty short. The average NFL career lasts just over 3 years. Fehoko played in 19 games across multiple seasons. He was part of an NFL roster for 4 years. That's actually above average. But what makes his retirement announcement so powerful is the gratitude and peace that comes through in his words. He's not bitter about going undrafted. He's not angry about being released. He's fulfilled. He chased his dream. He won a national championship. He played in the NFL, and now he's ready for the next chapter. That line at the end of his post really got me. I'm not a fan of long novels, but I'm glad to say I'm retiring from this great sport of football. There's humor there, self-awareness, and genuine appreciation for what football gave him. He mentions looking forward to his next chapter with his family. He'll miss team dinners, bus rides, training camps, and everything in between. But he won't miss conditioning. And hey, can you blame him? NFL conditioning is brutal. Fehoko's journey from Texas Tech to LSU to the NFL as an undrafted free agent is a testament to perseverance. Think about how many times he could have quit. After going undrafted, after sitting on the depth chart, after being released by the Steelers. But his family, as he mentioned, never let him quit and never let him stop believing in himself. And now at 29, he's walking away on his own terms with his head held high. That's a beautiful thing. He got to live out his dream, compete at the highest level, and now he's moving forward with gratitude and purpose. So what's next for Breiden Fehoko? Well, he mentioned having a head start in life, which suggests he's set up pretty well for whatever comes next. Maybe he'll stay involved in football in some capacity, coaching, training, mentoring young players. Maybe he'll pursue something completely different. Whatever it is, you can bet he'll bring the same work ethic and determination that got him to the NFL in the first place. The reality is, life after football can be challenging for a lot of players. Your entire identity has been wrapped up in the game since you were a kid. Suddenly that's gone, and you have to figure out who you are and what you want to do with the rest of your life. But Fehoko seems ready for that challenge. He seems genuinely excited about this next chapter. Breiden Fehoko's retirement reminds us that success in football and in life isn't always measured by statistics or how long you play. It's measured by the journey, the relationships you build, the lessons you learn, and ultimately, how you feel about the path you've walked. He got to play college football at Texas Tech and LSU. He won a national championship. He made it to the NFL as an undrafted free agent and played in 19 games. That's a career most people can only dream about. So here's to Breiden Fehoko. Thank you for the dedication, the hard work, and for showing us what it means to walk away from the game with grace and gratitude. Best of luck in whatever comes next, man. You've earned it. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. What do you think about Fehoko's retirement? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. I'll catch you in the next one.